Hey guys, what's up? So in today's video, my dad and I are going to be changing my brake pads and my brake rotors for my Super BRZ. Now my dad's already done this type of install before on one of his cars, so he's going to be leading the process for most of the time, and it's going to be basically a learning experience for me and for you guys. So let's go show you guys which brake pads and brake rotors I brought for my car. Alright, so for the brake pads, I bought the Project U Street brake pads. The reason I bought these is because I looked up reviews and they seemed like a really good street pad for the BRZ, and they weren't too pricey, so I went with these. And I just needed a good street pad because my pads have been going bad. Now for my rotors still have a lot of life on them, but since we're going to be down there and working on my brakes anyway, I decided to get rotors also, because the stock BRZ rotors, I mean, they're good, but they can be better. So I thought I might as well upgrade my brake rotors with the car. So for the brake rotors, since the regular BRZ rotors are just plain, they're not slotted or anything, I decided to upgrade to some slotted rotors, and I went with the DBA-T2 Street Series rotors. And I just read some good reviews about these rotors, and they just seemed like a good rotor, and they're in a good price range, so that's why I went with these. It doesn't do any harm to upgrade your rotors into a better rotor, because you want your car to be able to brake and be able to brake good, so that's why I went with these. And I'm not gonna be tracking my car, so I went with the street rotor. So another thing we're gonna have to do for this install is we're gonna have to bleed my brakes and put in new brake fluid. So me and my dad have both never done this, and so it's gonna be a learning experience for both of us. But we saw some videos on it, so it doesn't seem too bad. And for the brake fluid, what I bought was I just got the regular genuine Super brake fluid from the dealership. It was about $5 a bottle. And yeah, I just bought this one because this is what the car came with, and it just seemed like a brake fluid. You're gonna need about a liter of this, so I bought 3 bottles of this because each of these bottles is 12 fluid ounces, so it's about a liter is about 34 ounces, so 3 bottles will be about 36, so we should have enough. When that's gonna be in a little bit, we're gonna put the car up and then we're gonna start working on it. Let's get to it, guys. Alright guys, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna put your car up on a stand and make sure your wheels are off so you can get access to the brake. And we're gonna start with the front brake rotors pads, so let's get to it. So my dad just finished installing the first rotor and brake pads. And what he did was, the first step he did was, there's a bolt back here for the brake line. He undid that, and he didn't want the brake line getting in the way, so he undid that bolt. So after you get the brake line, make sure that's not in the way. There's 2 bolts for this piece. You undo that, and then you can take this piece out. This place like holds the brake pad basically. There's 2 little circles on there, and what you have to do is you have to compress those back in, because they're going to be compressed out because you were braking with them, so you have to compress those back in for the new pads. So he did that, and once he got that out of the way, he was able to remove the brake pads, and then there's going to be 2 more bolts holding this other piece of the brake. You can undo those bolts, and then you can remove the whole brake itself. So he did that. After he did that, he cleaned everything. He got some brake cleaner, he cleaned all that to make sure everything was clean and fresh. And after that, he had to get the rotors out. So for the rotors, what he did is he got a rubber hammer, so you can hammer it a little bit and make it a little bit looser. And he got 2 bolts, and there's 2 spots right here where you can put bolts in, and you can tighten in the bolts. And while you tighten in the bolts, it'll actually loosen the rotor. And once that's in, you can keep hammering down, and then you can remove the rotor itself. So he did all that. He removed the rotor, and then he got the new rotor, put it on, make sure everything was clean. Got some brake cleaner. So he got the old pads, and the old pads are going to have this like silver piece on there, and he removed that silver piece of the pads and attached it to the new pads. And he also put some disc brake quiet on there. After doing all that, he put the new pads in, cleaned everything up, put everything back in, bolted everything back in. I think for the first piece of the brake, it's 59 foot-pounds, and then for the second piece of the brake, it's 19 foot-pounds. And yeah, after that, he just put all the bolts back in, and then once everything was back in, he spun the rotor a bit, and then he told me to hit the brake with the car to see if the brakes were working properly. And it's the same on both sides, so we're not going to show you the other side, and we're going to do the rear now. So we finished installing the brake pads and the rotors for the front and the rear. The front and the rear were pretty similar. The only difference is for the rear, you have to make sure your handbrake is down so you don't have any issues taking that off. Also, me and my dad accidentally messed up a little bit with the brake pads. We ended up putting the wrong side of the brake pad. Like one side's supposed to be on the outer half and one side's supposed to be on the inner half. The way you can tell is there's like a little thing sticking out of the pad. That thing that sticks out of the pad is supposed to go on the inside of the brake pad, and make sure it's on the downward side, not the upward side. So we had to go back and make sure all our brake pads were in the right order, because we noticed that we did that wrong. So that took us a little bit. And other than that, for the rotors, make sure your rotors are the correct rotors for the front and the rear. You know the rear will be a little bit thicker than the front because it has the handbrake, of course, so you can tell that will be thicker. So that's how you tell the difference. And for the brake pads for the brake pads for the rear will be a lot smaller than the brake pads for the front. And then after that, we just bleeded the brakes, and that took us a little bit. We just basically, one person presses the brake while the other person opens the little nipple thing, and then it will bleed the brake out, and then the other person releases it, and the other person closes it, and the other person releases the brakes. And you do that a couple of times. You always want to start furthest away from where you fill the brake fluid in. So for my car, it was on the passenger rear, and then you work your way up to the closest, which is the driver front. So we did that. That took us maybe 30 minutes, a little bit to do that. We just bumped it. We just flushed it all out. Make sure you always top off your brake fluid. You don't want to go down past minimum, basically, because you don't want air to enter your master cylinder. So we did that, and yeah, everything else worked out fine. And if you guys are wondering why my car is 16 inches off the ground, that's another video for tomorrow, where we're going to be taking out my transmission, because Subaru and Scion and Toyota don't know how to make throwout bearings, and they don't know how to put the correct ones in your car. So that's gonna be a fun video for tomorrow. But as for today, we're done for now, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.